Welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to support my daily Eternal Magic offerings while getting amazing perks like the BoshNRoll Discord community, have me play your deck on the channel, or listen sideboard guides before tournaments, check out the Patreon or YouTube membership program. This channel is possible because of these amazing sponsors. Check them out, all their links are in the video description. As always, thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Vintage at the request of Patreon subscriber King of the Depths, and this is Esper Lurrus control. Lurrus, of course, banned in basically all formats as a companion, and for good reason. Vintage is the place where we're still allowed to do this, although Vintage was the first place to ban her back in the early days of the first existing companion rule. Lurrus is the only power level ban in Vintage history, I think. Maybe some weird stuff happened in like the late 90s, but kind of the point of Vintage was, warts and all, these are the Magic cards that exist. Maybe we'll restrict the best ones down to one, but you can play with the dumbest stuff imaginable. And Lurrus was too good for that situation. But with the companion rule update, Lurrus is back, and it is the companion of many low-to-the-ground control decks. Also known as Xerox in the Vintage parlance. That's an old term. There's many different legends about where the name came from. One of them is that you have so many cantrips that most games end up looking the same and you're just making Xerox copies of the game. Another legend is the first deck was so good when it was made that everyone just copied it and it got Xeroxed all over the Magic community. You'll need someone older than me to find the final answer on that. But it is still a Vintage strategy today. Kind of the point is collapse what your opponent's doing and kill them slowly but surely with overwhelming card advantage and annoying creatures. This version of Xerox is white and black. You get Lavinia, Azorius Renegade, and Orcish Bowmaster as your creatures of choice. There are 7 total copies between those two cards. One Samwise the Stouthearted. You could do cool stuff like pick up your Black Lotus or pick up a Wasteland. All good stuff. When your creatures dies, you can pick that up. Snapcaster Mage gives you more copies of Ancestral Recall. Demonic Tutor basically is Ancestral Recall in this deck. Sevine's Reclamation can get back one of these annoying things if your opponent deals with it. And there's a one of Time Twister in the deck to go off with Orcish Bowmasters. Generally, these sort of decks don't play Time Twister, but Orcish Bowmaster is giving you an out to do 7 or 14 or 24 or 28. Maybe not 24, 21 or 28. Math is good for me. Anyway, it could be a one-shot is what I'm trying to spit out here. 4 Wastelands and a Strip Mine. You're trying to get up under your opponent, stop them from functioning, and make them dead. And that's the plan of this deck. Let's go try to do it. I'm on the play in round 1. I don't think I can keep this hand. There's one Tropical Island in the deck, presumably for prismatic ending purposes, because there are no green cards anywhere. There's no green kicker. There's no, like, Lurrus isn't green. I didn't make this deck. I was sent it by King of the Depths. It did well in a tournament. To imagine that's what this is for. If I could turn one this Lavinia, I would keep it. If I had another blue card to pitch to force other than Lavinia, I would keep it, but I don't have any of those things. I'm going to mulligan. There we go. I'm probably going to keep this and bottom the Wasteland. I would like options on my blue cards to pitch to force, and I would like Lavinia. And those are the things that I need my hand to do most. Underground Sea, Mox Jet, Thoughtseize, oh no. Alright, I can Force of Will this. Or I can not do that. I think I am going to force it. Though, this is certainly a combo deck. Alright, fine. Thoughtseize resolves. If they take my force and win right now, that would have worked anyway. If they take my Lavinia and play a long game, I still have force they have to figure out. Thoughtseize super annoying. Not that common of a card in Vintage. I mean, dedicated black combo decks play it, but even like Tinker combo decks and Paradoxical Outcome and stuff generally are not playing targeted discard. I think this is Doomsday we're playing against, unless it is a new Beseech the Mirror fueled black combo deck of some variety. Okay, they made their choice on Force of Will. They're like, you got Lavinia, let's party. Alrighty, they have chosen to live in a Lavinia world. Either that or they have their own force. I'm going to get an Underground Sea and send my lady into battle. She's in there. Okay, that's really interesting. They're not close to Beseech the Mirror. Even if they Dark Ritual, they can't cast Doomsday or Tinker here. Oh, they might have Bowmaster. Yeah, if they're a Bowmaster kind of mid-range deck, they could flash in Bowmaster and beat Lavinia in combat, and if I slam this Time Twister, I just freaking lose. Unacceptable. Alright, I'm just going to put Lurrus in my hand. I have nothing to snap. I'm not about to delete everything I've done to attack for 2 into a Bowmaster. Oh, Dress Down. Yeah, end step Dress Down, GG. That works. They did have Lavinia covered, as we predicted based on their Thoughtseize. Black Lotus. Dark Ritual. I suspect our mirror is about to be besieged. They also have Sensei's top, so any Doomsday pile is just deterministic. Beseech the Mirror, it's happening. And they've selected Yawgmoth's Will, which can Black Lotus, Dark Ritual, Mox Jet, re-Thoughtseize, re-Ritual. Yep, okay. You did it. We're against a dedicated storm combo of some kind. I like my Flusterstorms. I like my Force of Negation. I like my Graveyard Hate, because Yawg-Will is the cleanest way that they can win a game. Savine's Reclamation seems needlessly grindy for this matchup. Swords to Plowshares, they could move into Shieldred or Bowmaster stuff. I'll leave some amount of that in, but not a whole lot. And Prismatic Ending, sometimes the black vintage combo decks are pretty heavy on defense grid. I don't know how this deck is built. Beseech the Mirror has very quickly flipped a lot of stuff on its head. Dress Down is blue for all these forces, but I don't think it's actually a card I want in my deck. Maybe Samwise can chill a little bit, and I'll cut another Plow. Alright, there's one Plow in my deck I could dig for or tutor for if they just shove a Shieldred into play. Okay, let's go. Caracas also in my deck if they shove a Shieldred into play. I left 2 white cards in my deck and I drew them both. I'm going to mulligan this. It doesn't do anything. This one has turn 1 Bowmaster. I'm going to keep this in bottom Prismatic Ending. I have turn 1 Bowmaster, turn 2 Lavinia. I'm going to play my Mox and my Fetch. And I'm actually just going to play Bowmaster right now, face up, because Ancestral Recall is a very powerful instant that I'm not going to take a turn off to play around Flash and Ancestral. Like if they just play Blue Source Go, I'm not going to not play Bowmaster in the end step, and I would like to just lock it down here. Urza's Saga. Glad I left in my Dress Down. Didn't see that one, but paid off. Ooh, Cataxian Probe. Show me your moves. Force of Will, Lorien revealed, Mana Crypt. Okay. Oh, if they force Lavinia, their hand is Lorien revealed. And I can work my way towards Lurrus putting Lavinia back into play. Force pitching revealed. Okay. And they're going to cycle the other one. I don't know if they really needed to do that. They already have 4 mana in their hand and no other action. And you're probably not likely to cast Lorien revealed into Orcish Bowmaster, but okay. If they drew another Saga, their hand is 3 Underground Seas right now. This would be a great turn to find my Dress Down. Force of Negation. Okay, this gives me Force Blue card. I think I have to Ponder, though. Oh, I can still just cast my Force. Yeah, that's easy. Ponder. Time Walk, that's a good one. Right, Time Walk with Flusterstorm under it. Do not shuffle my library, play my land. If they make a construct, it'll be 1/1. Oh no, it's 2/2. Never mind. Can't do that. Oh, whoopsies. I'm gonna Time Walk, and I think that with trying to think of if I want Flusterstorm or not, and I'm gonna put Lurrus in my hand, so I probably do want Flusterstorm. That Time Walk was actually pretty bad. It just didn't do anything. Yeah, I miscounted. I thought I was going to be attacking for 1, but I'm not. Actually, I'm going to shuffle the Flusterstorm. I don't think I know their hand is 3 Underground Seas, and they're about to start shitting giant creature beats into play. Cards in the deck I care about. Just determining if double white or double black is more important for me to have access to. They both cast Lurrus. Every land is blue, so I don't need to worry about triple blue. I'm getting that. If I Demonic Tutor, it's probably going to be for Dress Down or Ancestral Recall, so I already have enough black for that. Okay, I'll get a Tundra, and then go to my turn. I think they lost track of the fact I have a Time Walk turn coming. Either that or they're just getting F6 value, but now Sorcery Speed removal kills that thing. Mishra's Bauble. Bauble you. What are you drawing? Mox Pearl. Okay, so they get to tutor, maybe for Sensei's top, but unpunished by the kerfuffle with Time Walk. Okay, now I have Force Blue card. They lost their flip. They get to do some tutor stuff, and they can make another construct on the way out. Might as well. You're not doing anything else. This is going to be 3/3, tutor 4/4, Mox Pearl 5/5. This is a big O. And the Mox Pearl means that they're going to get full value off the second saga as well. It's fast mana just crushing me. I think I will jump with my Orc army. Maybe they're not going to have a Shadow Spear. Maybe that was a legacy play that I didn't need to make. There's Sammy. What does Sam do? Nothing good, probably. Okay, Lurrus, get into play. I have Mishra's Bauble. That was actually a really good draw, finding that one. Bauble you. Necropotence. Okay. Ruh-roh. Yeah, I have some concerns about this game. I need that one up Dress Down ASAP. And oh, that's a good card. I will, do I need to do this? I know what they're drawing. So if I activate top, or if they activate top, okay, they drew the Necro. They can tutor for Black Lotus or Mox Jet to cast that. I'm going to Ancestral myself now. I don't know what's going to go wrong, but like I'm not in any kind of position to Ancestral them and hope that dealing 3 damage and making a 3/3 off my Bowmaster is going to be good enough here. They're spinning their top in response. Yeah, if they find a Flusterstorm, then I did beef this pretty hard. Trying to get too clever when I could have just cast my spell when I had it. Okay, Time Twister. That's interesting. Unfortunately, I have to block with Lurrus. So if I didn't block last turn, I'd beat 11. And I'd have 3 blockers for their 3 8/8s, and I still have to block with all my creatures. Yeah, we're just getting dumpstered by construct tokens. If I block with just Lurrus, I go to 3. Because she has lifelink, and I get to keep my Bowmaster. I think I actually need Bowmaster if I'm going to play this game at all. 3's enough to force with. Okay. We're riding the lightning here. I'm at 3. They did tutor the Lotus. I know their hand is Necro 2Cs right now. Necro 1C. They're popping their top. That gives me a Bowmaster trigger. That was cool. Take 1. And now I have a creature that is not affected by Summoning Sickness. If I Twister next turn, I'll have an 8/8 I can attack with. I'm going to force some negation, pitching Force of Will, conserving life total here. If their top card could fight that. All right. Here we go, team. If there's a way out of this, it's here. Okay. I play out Lotus Petal for sure. Is a land going to get better? I don't need Wasteland or Strip Mine this game, and I don't play in Academy or anything like that. If I Twister right now, then I can kill Construct, deal 1 to them, attack for 9. That's not quite enough. Okay, I think I need my other Underground Sea in action here. And then 1, 2, 3, Twister. And they get 7 cards too. This isn't just free money. Okay, we did the twist. Oh, I can Ancestral you for lethal. I also drew Time Walk. I'm going to put 6 on the Construct and 1 on your face. I know I drew Prismatic Ending. That could have cleared the Construct, but I think I want all my mana available. I also can't probe them here. That sucks. Attack for 9. They actually have to counter Ancestral Recall now, or they'd have to deal with it post-combat too. Okay, I'm going to resolve the damage, and I'm going to start with Time Walk. I can't probe. I only have 2 life. Let's see if Time Walk gets there, and then I can Ancestral them as a last-ditch effort. A Flusterstorm, Ancestral you in response. This is it. Hey, ding, 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 ding. Unless they gain life here. Cool. Orcish Bowmaster coming in clutch. All right, well, now we've seen Urza Saga and nearly lost to it. And in a game where they were otherwise doing nothing. Serenity is just another layer of that. I do have a lot of artifact mana. I don't want to go too ham on Serenities, but just having access to another piece is probably worth doing. I did leave in white removal. Kind of out of cards I'm excited to cut. Maybe I don't need Tormod Script on top of Nile Spellbomb. Spellbomb draws the card, but 1 mana can be the difference between winning and losing. Tormod Crypt being 0. I could like turn 1 Ancestral into that, play it out, and be protected from graveyard combo. I think I'm just going to run 1 Serenity over the Crypt though. Okay, so I have Force Blue card, Wasteland Sam. I can Sam loop with Caracas. I don't have blue mana at this time. I am going to try this. If they're on a fast combo start, I have the Force. If they're on a slow Saga start, I have the Wasteland. I've got choices. There's the Saga, Mox Pearl, and they're passing the turn. Found the blue. Now I have an interesting choice. I could play Tundra Mox Emerald now, and then next turn Wasteland them and pick up Wasteland with Sam. Or I could just waste their land now. I think I want to go for the setup line. Oh, I can Time Walk and do them both right now. Yeah, duh. All right, this is vintage, kids. Pay attention. Time Walk. Another Wasteland. Let's go. Wasteland your Urza Saga. Samwise the Stouthearted. I should probably have done this in their upkeep so I could protect it with Force of Negation. This might be a punt. All of this is exactly the same in their upkeep. So if they spend a Force on this when I have another Wasteland in hand, that's less protection for their combo, and I have the next Saga covered. Not trying to justify my suboptimal play. I'm just trying to sniff the copium about it. Okay, cool. Sam is in play. I have a clock. I have 2 forms of disruption. I can start Caracas looping Sam if my opponent gets rowdy. If Sam triggers 1 more time, then I'm looting every attack step, which is a huge advantage. Right now, the Ring Bearer can't be blocked by bigger creatures. That barely matters. Gitaxian Probe, have a look. You better not play a land this game. Cycling Lorien revealed. Okay, that one can probably get a 1 of basic. Oh, they don't have a basic. They cycled and had no play. Re-Sam. Oh, that's cool. If I play this Sam now, I don't actually know what order the Legend Rule and the trigger happen, because Sam technically has to be in play for its trigger, and then its trigger would ask for a target. I don't think I can pick up a Legend Rule one. Like, if I could play this second Sam, have it die to the Legend Rule, pick it up to its own triggered ability, and then be looting with this Sam, that's pretty cool. I don't think that's how that works, though. Right, I'm going to play this Wasteland, though, and just attack. And Wasteland could waste itself, and then Sam would definitely work, but I don't think I need to work that hard for a loot right now. They saw Force, they tutored a land that didn't play it. And once again, they're making no play and passing the turn. I don't think I'm in a position where I'm trying to waste my own waste. Oh, hello, Black Lotus. That's a good card to pick up with Sam. Okay, I'll cast Black Lotus. And I'll make white, white, white. Or no, I have white. I'll make blue, blue, blue. And then, do I cast this Ponder? I don't think so. I think I just Sam this back up. Keep the original. Choose the original one. Sam picks up Black Lotus. I could Sam Storm here. That's not even, I don't even think that's a thing. But it did appear that Sam could target himself on that. So, lessons learned. Black Lotus come into play again. Check out this turn. We're having a party. Tap Mox Emerald, put Lurrus in my hand. White, 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 cast Lurrus. Ah, party's over. Okay, because Lurrus was about to cast Black Lotus again, and then we keep going. Alright, whatever. Opponent's a party pooper. I get to loot here. I'm going to loot away probably the other Wasteland, because between Caracas and the Wasteland in play, I kind of already have a bunch of Wastelands. And we did just get a Force of Will out of their hand when they were already struggling, pitching Dress Down. Did I board out Savane's Wreck? Yeah, I did, bummer. That's my backup Lurrus. Demonic Tutor. Is this my fight? Seems as good as anything to fight over. Okay, that's done. And then I think I just go to my turn and set up the Sam line I talked about. Okay, attack with Sam. Oh, wait. I can't play Caracas and Wasteland this turn. I'm going to discard Lotus Petal. And I'm going to Gitaxian Probe my opponent. Okay, let's count this out. I can Wasteland them, pick up Sam, replay Sam. Wasteland's in my hand. Let's activate, cast. I can pay the gold price for Gitaxian Probe, but I think the iron price is still better. It reduces their necessary storm by 1, but it maximizes what I can do. Oh wow, Time Vault Necro in your hand. This is pretty bad. Okay, Wasteland your land. Caracas, pick up Sam, and replay Sam, getting back my Wasteland. And the ring tempts me again. My next ring temptation is the Sam hits for an additional 3. And next turn, I'm just holding up Hardcast Force on top of everything else that's going on. Wasteland, and I can loot away Mox Jet on my attack here. I don't need that. Swords of Plowshares, that might be even worse. What does Sam read? I believe it says from the battlefield, yeah. Bummer. Okay. I will discard this Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, I don't think I need that here. But more mana could be good. Now I have a very interesting decision, which is get Sam to the full temptation of the ring, put them from a 5-turn clock to a 2-turn clock, but that taps me out of Force of Will. If I fetch, bounce Sam, replay Sam, pick up my fetch, make my land drop, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I will be 1 short on holding up Force. I think I'm just going to hold up Interaction and pass. I can do all that in their end step. Yeah, I don't even care. Sam has Flash. I do not need to tap out of Force. I don't even have to make this decision. It's all there. Mox Ruby. They're committing the Time Vault. I'm not going to fight over that. And I kind of have to hope they didn't find a blue card for their Force, because that would collapse my clock. But I think this is worth doing. Bounce Sam. Replay Sam. Okay, he's just straight in there. Now the ring is fully tempted. This is the best I've ever seen Sam in any game of Magic. I'm going to attack with Sam. He's good for 5, and I get another loot, and I'm holding a Hardcast Force. Though, knowing that they have blue card in their hand, Time Vault in play, there are a reasonable series of draws that I do not beat here. Opponent is dead on board. I'm going to play out Mox Jet just in case that helps against a Spell Pierce or something. Yeah, I'm a little worried. If they have Voltaic Key with Force backup, they win. That would mean exactly the 2 cards in their hand that I don't know would have to be Voltaic Key blue card. All right, I'm not going to try to loop Sam here. He's already lethal. I already have a fully tempted ring. Bobble. Let's have a look at your card. Black Lotus on top. I hope you're dead before that matters. Sam attacks. Sam loots away Underground Sea. Now I have Prismatic Ending. Even if they do have, like, Swords of Plowshares for Sam right now, I can clear the Time Vault, and I'm worried about very little. Cool. Coast to Coast with Sam. That was a feature of that guy. On to the next round. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. I'm on the play in round number 2. My opening hand has turn 1 Bowmaster or turn 1 Ancestral Recall. I'm going to keep my hand. Mental Misstep, little extra action here. If I Ancestral now, I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards in my hand, and I can play out Mox Emerald. So I'm not going to go to discard. Being on the play with a Mox means you can just fire these things off. And I'm going to get the C, because that casts Bowmasters for sure. They had Force of Will, pitching Dak Faden. Good start. I'll pass the turn. I'm not going to run out Mox Emerald now that I've seen a Dak Faden, and I'm sure they're not chops. Emerald. Now I'm going to play it because it's my mana source. Bauble you. Lorien Revealed on top of your deck. Okay. I draw for Bauble here. Samwise. Interesting. In response to their cycle, I'm going to Bowmaster. Right now, they don't have mana up to Bowmaster me back. They don't have mana up to Lightning Bolt my Bowmaster. And any spell that they might tutor off this Lurrus Revealed can be countered by Mental Misstep. All right, come on, White Source. That's what we need here. Ugh. Getting mildly punished by my fetching Underground Sea instead of... I guess that doesn't even matter. Nope, that doesn't matter at all, because I would just have Sam instead of Bowmaster, and I would rather have Bowmaster. Sam couldn't have picked up a fetch land or anything. Woof, this is a good card. Wish I had Sam to pick this up. I think I might have to dress down here just to draw a card. I know this doesn't save my Bowmaster or anything. I'm just trying to get some action going. Wasteland, shit. Was I supposed to main phase that? Dress down? Then I could have wasted their land and they wouldn't have Wrenn and 6, but now Wasteland doesn't matter because they have Wrenn and 6. Yeah, this sucks. I'm going to attack Wrenn and 6 and I'm going to put Lurrus in my hand. I think that's the best use of my resources here. I do have Force Blue card now, and Misstep. Wrenn can't just minus on my Orc, and they have not had a land up to this point for Wrenn to pick up. Up the Beanstalk. Well, I'm probably going to lose to that, but I'm not going to spend a Force of Will on it. They plussed Wrenn. Hey deck, how about a white source? Or a black source, or any source of anything that casts my spells. Or another white card, thanks deck. Attack Wrenn. We are quickly running out of runway here to make a game out of this, though. Dress down, okay. Emergency cantrip from you. They learned this trick from me 2 turns ago. And Wrenn plussed again, and they missed another land drop. Not that I'm comfortable with any of this, because with Beanstalk, Force of Will is card selection. Oh my goodness. Brainstorm. Help me out here. Set me free, give me some action. Oh no. Not a land, more white cards. Demonic Tutor can unlock me next turn, I guess. I'm gonna put back up Sam and Lavinia. Sheesh. And I have to go to cleanup. Gross. Attack Wrenn and 6. This is a horrendous showing of Magic the Gathering and Vintage. I think I'm gonna discard. I have Lavinia on top of the deck. In the rug colors, I'm slightly concerned. I assume they win with creatures. Maybe Murktide Regent. I'm going to discard the Sam. I have Lurrus in my hand. Sam can come back someday. Uh-oh, Mox Emerald. They found a mana source. What happens now? Do we see Oko? We see Uro. Alright. Uro's here. Gets a redraw. Did not put a land into play. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, drawing a card off Beanstalk. Ugh. This is my nightmare. I am extremely impressed, but also, this is my nightmare. Okay, Volcanic Island is back in play. They have 10 cards in their hand. Fury pitching Wrenn and 6. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to fight over this. I don't care. Yeah, that was ultimately 1-for-1 because Beanstalk triggered. Mox Ruby. Wrenn targeting nothing. Okay, it's time for me to make my big moves. My plan is to DT for Lotus. Lotus, Lurrus, Lotus. Question mark, profit. I have Lavinia on top of my deck. That's Force Blue card available for this line. So the question is, do I Wasteland them first? That cuts off any sort of Flusterstorm nonsense or Lightning Bolt, Pyroblast. I believe I do Wasteland them first. And they discarded land to hand size anyway, so now Wrenn would have been paid even if this didn't happen. But they floated a blue. I'm just going to burn that off. And then second main, try to make the fur fly. This is my big turn of the game. If anything's going to happen, it's going to happen now. Because they still have Pyroblast with this Mox Ruby. That's a bummer. Commandeer, huh? I'm going to Force of Will that before they go up the Beanstalk, pitching Lavinia. They pitched Oko and Brainstorm to that. Misdirection, I'm going to Force of Will that too. Pitching another Lavinia. Now they get to draw cards and see if they found their way back out of this. We're back to DT on the stack. And we got a DT, okay. Black Lotus. Garfield, take the wheel, here we go. Lurrus. Black Lotus. Oh, right. I don't get to keep casting spells. Or, no, right, yeah. I need to wait a turn and then cast a spell next turn. That's how this card works. I was like, I don't know if you all caught that when I described the line in the first place, but I was like, yeah, I just get to cast Sam and Black Lotus and everything. None of that's true. That's not how that card works. Okay, if Mock Sapphire Time Walk, Ren gets to hit a land drop. This is working towards Oko. Or not Oko, Uro. Look at all these Planeswalkers in exile. This deck is crazy. Picked up their Volcanic Island with Ren. 4 possible non-land cards in their hand. Oh god, something's happening. 4 mana in the pool. They hardcast a Fury here. I'm very dead. Dead to most things that cost 4. What are you tapping 4 for? Stop it. Oh, right, Uro. The thing I said. That's correct. Okay, here's Uro. I am holding Swords to Plowshares. They do have 4 cards in hand. They just spit out a Wasteland. Lotus Lurrus, if it holds up, can outmuscle a Wasteland lock. Yeah, there's the waste. Okay. They were out of counterspells last turn, but they've drawn a few new cards since then. Mox Pearl, I like that one. I'll start with that, and then see if this Uro is gone. Swords to Plowshares, target Uro. I can misstep a misstep. Neat. If I Lotus, casting Sam, I can pick up my Lotus, but I'm done casting spells for the turn. I could kill Bowmaster, or kill Ren with Bowmaster. I probably want to go there. Yeah, I'm going to attack Ren and 6 for 3, and then play Bowmaster out of my graveyard. I don't know if this is the highest impact thing that I can do, but I feel like I'm drowning against this Planeswalker, and just need to get slightly ahead here. Okay. Somehow, despite all of these cards, look at their exile pile. This is a who's who of Planeswalkers and busted Magic cards. Ooh, cycling Lauren revealed instead of drawing 5 cards off it. Interesting. What's in your hand that's the correct play? I'm scared. Dig through time. Okay. Oh, right. I do have Bowmaster in play. Maybe it is better to dig than it is to just give me a 5/5 and take 5. Okay, fair enough. I'll buy that. Luckily, those 2 bean triggers are not optional, and now with Orc Army being 3/3, I don't lose my whole squad to Fury, but I do... Oh, Fury, if they cast a Fury, I ping 2 more times and I have a 5/5. Maybe just don't have a Fury, how about that? But I suspect that this deck, with 2 Beanstalks in play, 7 cards in hand, can figure out how to win. If they kill my Lurrus, I'm just doing nothing for a very long time. Shit, here it is. Pitching Minsk and Boo, jeez. They're doing something in response. Oh, okay, they're dressing down their own Fury. Deal. Alright, take 1. They draw a card for Beanstalk. They don't take 1. Do they have a Red Blast now? Alright, so they get a 3/3 double strike, but I keep my Lurrus. Count it. Count it, count it, count it. I don't know what's happening, but I'll take it. Okay, dress down goes away at the end step. We're back in business. Okay. I don't know what just happened, but I'm not going to complain about it. Ooh, I drew a land. That opens up the options of things I could do from the graveyard. I can just attack them for 4. Okay, well, I'm definitely playing my land. And I'm going to attack for 4. As Sam only picks up a land here. Okay, they want to trade Fury for my Orc Army. That's fine. Let's get Fury out of play, though. And do I want to just put Black Lotus into play? I think I want a Sam here. Fetch for black, because I don't have that. And then Sam, get in here. Pick up that Flooded Strand, and I'm going to make Lurrus my Ring Bearer. Maybe that puts too much heat on Lurrus, and I should have picked Bowmaster. I don't know. I shouldn't even be in this game anymore. That dress down was preposterous. Okay, Wasteland, Float a Blue. We're in second main now. I wonder if I can get them to deck themselves with their Beanstalks. Fury, okay. I suspect they're not going to dress down this copy of it. Though maybe they'll start seeing Bowmaster triggers again and panic and do it. Okay, I think we're going to lose to the 3rd Fury here, and they're not going to deck themselves. Yep, killing all of my good creatures, leaving only the bad one in play. A Black Lotus, and they still have 7 cards in hand. These beans! Who can ever beat a bean? Alright, I am prepared to concede to Dak Vaden. Okay, what the hell? Prismatic Ending actually seems really important. Blusterstorm seems important with all the pitch magic they have. Their deck seems like it completely collapses if they don't have beans in play. Therefore, I think I want some number of Serenities. Their deck probably can't beat Lavinia either. It's built on casting spells that cost too much. I'm gonna remove 2 Sams. Dress down actually does matter against them because they have the pitch elementals. Savine's Wreck, this might get scrappy, and having Lavinia around is going to be really important. Time Twister, I do like the delete button on Time Twister. I don't really like Force of Negation. If they're drawing cards when they pitch spells, and I'm not, that's bad. And they have all these Planeswalkers too. Woof. This is crazy. Maybe I'll remove one of the plows and play it like this. This feels like a very bad matchup for anyone trying to play Honest Magic. I'm going to keep this hand. It's pretty good against Wasteland because I can Sam pick it up, like just float mana. I kind of want them to waste me here, actually. There's also a trick I could do where I end step Dress Down and then pick up Dress Down again in my end step. I am going to do that. I just like the idea of hitting my land drops and moving the game forward and doing Sam stuff. A Bobble's cool. Another Serenity. Just going to bobble them. Fetch lands have way more value than hiding information in this format. I Force Will on top of their deck. In the end step, Dress Down will die, and then I can do Sam stuff. And I can choose between Bobble or Dress Down, and they shuffled away the Force of Will. Cycling Lorien revealed. Alright. Volcanic Island on top of their deck. Or in their hand. Not on top of their deck. And then I have Sam, who I believe I want to pick up Dress Down with. Cool. Alright. That was fun. I don't know if it's good, but it was certainly fun. Bobble Trigger finds Underground Sea, and now we're cooking. There's that Volk. They know I have Dress Down, so Fury is a liability forever. Attack with Sam. And then pass without putting Lurrus in my hand. Nothing to see here, don't worry about it. Ancestral Recall. How about Orcish Bowmasters? I still don't really want my opponent to have 3 new cards, but at least this feels good about it. Okay, bunch of damage to you, and I have a big creature, but you have 9 cards in your hand, and you're about to draw another one. Okay, go. Cycling a Lorien revealed for a Trop. 10 cards in their hand. What do they do? What's the damage? Oko? Elking my stuff just makes it bigger. Like, I don't even care about this. Okay. Yeah, that's a 3/3 now. It's not a Bowmaster, which, you know, matters, but also... Okay. And I think I just keep holding up my Dress Down rather than trying to cantrip with it. And then they go to cleanup and lose a card here. Prismatic Ending. Do I want to save that for some beans? Or do I want to hit Oko and just go face here? So I have 9 damage. If I attack Oko for 6 and opponent for 3, yeah, it actually does change the clock if I Prismatic Ending Oko. Blue, black, white. Get that out of here. And even if they Force of Will this, I'll just attack it anyway. Ooh, Commandeer is interesting, though. Misdirection. Oh no, I've walked into it. We did see all these stupid cards. Shit. Alright, I forgot about Misdirection. I'm going to get BTFO'd here. Exiling my 4-power creature. Oh, I still have 5. Alright. I will still kill Oko. That was tough. That was a just honest 2 for 2. Drawing both Serenities when they've drawn 0 Beanstalks and I do have a Mox is pretty embarrassing. Not gonna lie. Cycling Lorien revealed. That's all 4 of those. Grabbed a Volcanic Island and played it. Still don't want to Dress Down. Mox Emerald. This gives me Lurrus. I'm just going to attack. I could Lurrus and Bobble them right now, put Lethal on board, but Fury killing my whole squad while I'm holding Dress Down seems so bad. I'm just going to put Lurrus in my hand, but not cast her. Dig Through Time. Okay, just honest to goodness, no beans. There's some beans. This is why I didn't play out Mox Emerald also. Alright, Fury Beans. I guess I Dress Down here. This is what I've been waiting for. It does leave them with a 3/3 double strike, which is also a problem. But at least I have all my creatures still. I have removal in my deck. They force this, pitching Spell Pierce, draw another card. Okay, so all of these creatures will be in the graveyard. That's a Force of Will they don't have for Lurrus. Everything's gone. Basic Island in play. Mental Misstep backup. Black, white, white, Lurrus. I can play a spell from my graveyard. And I had this plan for Serenity, but I think Orcish Bowmaster might just be better. Yeah, I'm just going to keep the spice flowing here with Orcish Bowmaster. I did not play around Daze, and I could have, but okay. Passing the turn. If they have another Fury, they take one on the way out, and I still have a creature. That's not very good, though. Wrenn and 6. That one's okay. Kills Bowmaster. It'll be back. Rebeans. Uh-oh. Yeah, if they have Fury red card here, they get to go completely insane. But if not, they're in trouble. Okay, they just passed the turn. I like that. Oh, Lavinia. I'm going to get this Mox Emerald in and then play Lavinia. White, blue. Lavinia on the stack. Put you to the test right now. What do you got? Anything? Show it to me. Pyroblast. I've got Mental Misstep for that. Bowmaster Serenity. Yeah, I'm going to pay the iron price. Ooh, they have a Force of Will with 2 beans. I'll respond with Bowmaster. And this will be lethal if they have nothing. Because I'm dealing an extra 4 damage to them right now when they're at 5. Cool. Got him. Sweet. That was awesome. Okay, I had 2 Serenities in my hand basically the whole game. And by the time they had a Beanstalk, I didn't even care anymore. Is that a sign against Serenity? Maybe I play 1 and I get Sam back in here? Okay. Yeah, I think keeping the pressure up with creatures, and I still have Serenity. If they go Beans, I can dig for that. I have a hand that is slow and steady for game 3. I'm going to keep it. It's not vintage Busto, but my opponent has shown me slow and steady for our match so far. If I can match them, or at least get slightly under them at the speed they're on, rather than try to go vintage Busto, that makes sense to me. A Wasteland Go was their plan. Oh, guess who found turn 1 Lavinia? It's me. I'm going to play Petal. I don't have a basic land, so I got to commit something here. I could just burn off the Trop I don't care about. That's actually really funny. All right. Blue, white, Force of Will test. They passed the Force of Will test. Pitching Uro. Okay. Do they want to Wasteland me? There's no reason to do it now. You can do it on your turn after you have more information. Cycling Lorien revealed. Okay. Got a Valk. Valk doesn't cast Beanstalk. They did waste me. Do I want to live in Stupid World and Wasteland them? I mean, they're a Wrenn and 6 deck. Yeah, I kind of do want to just try to not play Magic here. I have a land drop lined up. Emergency Brainstorm from them. I'd love to see a Brainstorm lock and pass the turn. As sporting as possible. Uh-oh. They did not miss a land drop. Ugh! My life is pain. Okay. Everything has gone poorly. I did hit my land number 2, which is what I wanted out of that, but I did not want them to find their land and Ancestral Recall. Oh, but they didn't find the next land. Interesting. Okay. I have a Flooded Strand and a Misty Rainforest. I'm going to pass into their turn. And do I want to do stuff in their end step or their upkeep? End step, probably. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to fetch Sam here. See. Tundra. Sam, pick up a land. They know about all of this from their Gitaxian Probe on turn 1. Sam, grab that Flooded Strand. Targeting Flooded Strand just in case they have Surgical. I have a Misty in my hand. I don't want to get them 2 cards. And they just went to clean up on Up the Beanstalk. Clean up the Beanstalk. Ding, got it. I don't really want to give Demonic Tutor to the deck that has Commandeer. I hate that I'm playing around Commandeer right now in Vintage. And my opponent has 7 cards in hand and very little else going on. I think I just put Lurrus in my hand here. And because I'm holding Demonic Tutor, I want to fetch black. Though I guess I have my next land drop too. So that's largely irrelevant. Okay, they're going to clean up again. Another Beanstalk gone. There's not even a spell in my graveyard to Snapcaster. It's awful. How bad is Commandeer on Demonic Tutor? They spend 3 cards, and then they get to tutor for a card. I'm going to try this. They can't Fluster it or Spell Pierce it, both of which are cards we've seen. They would have to Commandeer this. it doesn't target a player, so misdirection doesn't work. Now the real question, I think I actually want Bowmaster. Yeah, that might seem anemic, but they're close to death, and misdirection. All right, another beanstalk. I'll respond to this with my last fetchable. Master some bows. Yeah, they can't commandeer creatures. I believe misdirection only moves spells around, not spells or abilities. So, could be wrong. I mean, look it up. Tell me I'm wrong. Fury. Okay. I will end up with a 3/3 in play here to their 10 life. And they know I have Lurrus in hand. And they just pitched a second Fury to this. Oh, okay, they're leaving me with Sam. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. Either way, I get to keep a creature. Is the important part of that interaction. The misdirection on the prismatic ending is super annoying. Mishra's Bauble. Let's have a look. What you doing over there? Strip mine on top. Okay. So you're saying I should probably cast my spells if I can. I mean, Snap DT is pretty cool. Get Lotus, play Lurrus, Lurrus, Lotus, Bowmaster. That's a line that does not get misdirected. Okay. Snapcaster, target DT is my plan. Okay, Force of Will pitching misdirection. They did have the misdirection, played around it. I'm going to hope they didn't have two of them, and I'm going to end this beanstalk. Okay, they had to force that pitching Oko. Like, force, I mean, I would prefer their spell was countered, but it's funny that they pitched the misdirection and then had to actually force a spell without answering my thing. Played around that about as well as I could. Ancestral Recall, good draw. And we know they don't have a misdirection or they would have just used it. Played a land that is not Strip Mine. I guess they think they can't take me off mana meaningfully here. They're probably right. Mox Sapphire. Okay. I'm going to attack first. They have 4 cards in their hand, and we know one of them Strip Mine. I'm going to play Sapphire and Lurrus. Lurrus can play Bowmaster. I'm just trying to play around their soft permission. We know Spell Pierce is in the deck. They're fetching in response. Okay, they're at 2. What a crazy world where Ancestral Recall is just not even the best play available to me. There was a huge Twitter argument when Lurrus was like 2 or 3 months after it was printed in Vintage between the Vintage Trophy leader and a random person on Twitter. And basically the debate was, how could you ban Lurrus in a format where Ancestral Recall is legal? And the Vintage Trophy leader at the time was like, Lurrus is better than Ancestral Recall. And guess what? That bore out in this game. And I think they're right, by the way, especially pre-nerf Lurrus. On to the next round. We still are winning. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there. I'm on the play in round 3. I have a hand that casts some bear on turn 2, looks at their hand on turn 1, and has Force of Will for protection. I'm going to keep this. If I probe them, then Lavinia might be my only blue card, but I accept those terms. Let's have a look. This information is worth having. Ooh, a questing druid deck of some variety, and I have a turn 1 Bowmaster now. Okay, let's actually look at this hand. Force of Vigor, Simian Spirit Guide, Taiga, Questing Druid. This is a exile your top 2 cards. You can play them until your next end step, and it's Quirion Dryad on actual mode. Caracas, Cage, Lotus. Okay. This hand seems exploitable. I'm going to play Underground Sea and Moxjet and pass the turn. So Lavinia doesn't matter in this hand because they have Caracas and they can just answer her anyway. I think it would be berserk crazy for them to exile their only action spell to Force of Vigor my Mox there, so that's safe. Taiga, Black Lotus. They can Questing Druid and play... They could Seek the Beast and Questing Druid here with their 4 mana. I have Bowmasters to pick off the Druid. Okay, they are seeking beasts. I could also just force this. Is this how I want to live my life? Or I could keep Force of Will in my hand. No, I have spot removal. They exiled Veil of Summer and Taiga. Sure. Don't care. That's a complete whiff. And I hope that they play Questing Druid with their remaining mana, and then Bowmaster lights them the hell up. Yeah, I have perfect info here, right? What info am I missing? I don't know the card they drew for turn right now. I hope it's not Elvish Spirit Guide for Bowmaster, or for Veil of Summer. Okay, dang. Okay, they just spent their whole turn doing a whole lot of nothing and feeding my Orcish Bowmaster a perfect target in a deck that probably doesn't have a whole lot of them. Going to attack with my creatures, and I probably put Lurrus in hand here, though Lurrus is also a legend. It's commit Lavinia, because now I have Force Blue card anyway. Yeah, if they're spending their turns tapping Caracas to take my legend out of play. No, I do get Lurrus here. Yeah, that's better. Because Lurrus can get value right away on arrival, like before Caracas has the opportunity to clear it. And now that they've seen Lurrus, they're likely to commit the Cage, which Prismatic Ending answers. It's moving in all the right directions here. Savine's Wreck, okay. Return target permanent card. Creatures and graveyards. Okay, so I can regrow my land if I really want to spew off on Savine's Wreck here. Getting ahead on mana doesn't seem like a bad idea. Okay, I'm going to Savine's Wreck my land. It is not a creature last time I checked. Story checks out. Grab the other Tundra, Prismatic Ending the Cage, and continue the beatdowns. My deck does have 5 Wastelands in it. The second I find one, I am locked and loaded. Karn the Great Creator, pitching Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. Force of Negation, exiling... I think I exile Lavinia here. Once again, she's a legend. Force of Will could hit something else later. Karn's restricted in this format. This is going to be their only one. I know Force of Vigor is one of the 2 cards in their hand, so they can't Spirit Guide Veil me. Karn is handled. I would love something that works with Lurrus here. Just something to start getting my value engine going. I'm not really doing anything right now other than attacking for 2. They're also not doing anything, but I would like to do stuff, you know? Like more stuff. I probably should commit the Lurrus here. If they Lightning Bolt her, that would be an annoying turn of events. But I do still have the Savine's Wreck if that happens, and this will just tie up the Caracas in the meantime. Oh shit, it's cast a spell. Oh no, it's permanent spell. Okay, no, I was right. Yeah, Moto, I saw Savine's Wreck light up in my graveyard and thought it was Gitaxian Probe and thought I beefed it for a second there and just missed a probe. But no, it's permanent spell. I am playing this card correctly. 4 mana, kind of scary. Minskin Boo. Okay, holy smokes. I mean, I have this beat with the plow. This is fine. But yeah, that was a scary card to arrive all of a sudden. Swords to Plowshares this. We kill Boo in combat. They're back to Force of Vigor in hand and no action. Can I draw a Bauble or something that does something here with Lurrus? No such luck. Here's my land. Attack Minskin Boo, attack Minskin Boo, attack my opponent. Yeah, I have Force of Will up now. And I'm just going to pass. I'm not going to Savine's Wreck 2 lands into play. That doesn't matter at all. Okay, they'll probably wait until combat to bounce Lurrus. Oh, Demonic Tutor. This can certainly do something. Just have to figure out what. Well, let's cast the spell and then figure out what. Ancestral Recall, usually a good decision. I could get something that functions with Lurrus, because Lurrus is going to be in play long enough for me to draw more cards off of Mishra's Bauble than I did off of an Ancestral Recall. Sam does very little here. I don't want the Wasteland. I mean, Time Twister is air quotes lethal, but that gives them 7 cards when they're currently not functioning, and I don't really want to do that. Everything that's a legend is kind of a problem. Yeah, I'll just grab Ancestral and then try to make something happen here. Ancestral myself. Did they draw a Pyroblast? They did not. And I bobbled off of the Ancestral. Bobble you. They need to bounce Lurrus right now. Okay, yeah. Because if I cast this bauble and then they bounce Lurrus later, it's a different Lurrus. And then I get to play another bauble. Good catch on that one. They have a Tarmogoyf on top. I have 2 fetchable lands in my deck. The Underground Sea and the Great Mystery Tropical Island. Here's Lurrus. Refire the bauble. I get to draw a bunch of cards here. I already know your top card. Let's look at mine, even though I'm about to draw it. We're just having fun at this point. Lotus Petal on top of my deck. Tarmogoyf on top of yours. I'm drawing 2 cards here. Then I'm drawing 2 or 3 cards a turn after that. Petal, Bowmaster, Boseiju. Hand is Force of Vigor Tarmogoyf. 3, 4, 5. This is a 6, 7. This is worth a Force of Will. Like, I'm just pushing damage here, and this Tarmogoyf is functionally moat. I would counter a moat here, therefore I will counter the Tarmogoyf here too. They should bounce Lurrus before I get priority in my main phase. Okay, I'm going to cast Bauble. Now if they bounce Lurrus, I believe this is a new Lurrus that lets me cast a new spell. Yep, too late for that. I think that's how that works. We're about to find out. Mindbreak Trap right in the main deck. All right, worth noting. Lurrus, get in. And yes, this is a new Lurrus. I get a new spell. Timing. I also found the Wasteland that clears the Caracas. Gonna bauble me now, because we're having a good time. Mox Pearl on top. Bowmaster in the main does an additional damage from any other time I might cast it. And puts you to 7. I draw 2 cards on your next turn. You're drawing Mindbreak Trap. Hand is Mindbreak Trap, Force of Vigor, dead on board. Cool. That Cataxian Probe really told me when I needed to interact way back on turn 1, and we've built the entire game off of that. Nice. That's a pretty clean victory. Swords to Plowshares looks important here. It's kind of the only thing that looks important to me here. Force of Negation can probably go. We saw Karn the Great Creator. That card sucks ass, but I can attack that with my creatures. We're kind of both creature decks. I'm just a lot better at it than they are, and I hope that holds up. This is the only change I'm making. Force of Negation out, Swords to Plowshares in. Turn 1, bauble, Sam, rebauble, keep. Love this. Hope I don't get Karned. Once upon a time, they found and immediately deployed Wooded Foothills. My hand's pretty bad against Collector Roof. That one would get me good. Mox Ruby, Tarmogoyf, okay. Just a little Goyf. Just a little guy. Swords to Plowshares. That's a good one. Okay, I'm going to start by bobbling them. See Elvish Spirit Guide, okay. Flooded Strand, Mox Ruby. Tundra. I am open to Mindbreak Trap here, if they have that. It'd be kind of weird to still have, given what they saw last game. And I do think picking up the bauble is better than picking up the land. Maybe that's a punt and I'll regret it, but at the same time, I'm drawing a lot of cards right now. I don't know if they're going to have a third color and just like be Jund for Bowmaster. I'm just going to pop all my baubles now. And build your own Ancestral Recall, 3 bauble triggers. Bowmaster, DT, and Underground Sea. Okay. Unpunished on not picking up the land. I'm not going to block Tarmogoyf if they attack. Yeah, Tarmogoyf can't block Sam anyway because he has the ring. Cycling Generous End before combat. That rules. That's an extra damage. And they get to tutor a basic forest. This could be a Blood Moon deck. That card's kind of tough on me. Okay, cool. I can Wasteland them, attack, Time Walk, next turn, Bowmaster, Swords to Plowshares. Or I should save the Time Walk until I have more going on. Okay, I'm just going to attack and then Swords to Bowmaster and hold up Swords to Plowshares and Bowmaster. DT for Lotus, I think, is a later thing. I don't need a DT for Ancestral here. Just going to rock out. They do have 4 mana for Karn right now. Swords to Plowshares, the Tarmogoyf, take the pressure off on that. I can just beat Karn in combat if they played a Karn here. Even if they plus it, the Time Walk gets it done. They could Veil of Summer right now. Yeah, okay. So I don't get an Orc Army, and they do draw a card. I do get an Orc Army, I just have to target myself. I don't get the second Orc Army. Okay. They got an effective cycle. Oh, sick. Well, that's nasty. Wasteland pre-combat Bowmaster. See if they got another Veil here. What do you want to do? Okay, I'm attacking with a bunch, and then I'm going to cash in this Time Walk that I saved last turn. I guess they could Pyroblast that. I don't even mind if that happens, though. Time Walk. If their hand is reactive here, they're going to lose. Like, they really need to put creatures into play and bash me with them. Alright, Pyroblast. Let's see if they got a Fury or a Pyroclasm or something that can catch them back up from where they are. Because Karn doesn't do it. Still have a Demonic Tutor in the bank. One of their 4 cards in hand is Elvish Spirit Guide. I just realized this matchup's like a dual deck. I'm Esper, they're Gruul. Just all of the colors at war. They pitched a Spirit Guide. Wow, they pitched 2 Spirit Guides to hardcast a Fury. Okay. Alright, that's the kind of thing that could catch them up here. This doesn't kill all my creatures. Alright, cool. I'm glad we got a game out of this. I'm still holding DT. We could go nuts here. They have to decide if they want to leave Sam in play or Orc Army in play. 2-1 with some other text, or 2-2 with no text. Oh, interesting. They're leaving me with a Bowmaster. I guess if their deck doesn't draw cards, that is the worst creature. Fair enough. Yep, good call. But what they don't know is that their deck does draw cards because I play Time Twister. Okay, I can DT for Ancestral and Wasteland them. Oh, I can Ancestral them, kill Fury, and have a 3-3. I'm not doing that, but it's there. I can also just Wasteland them, put Lurrus in my hand, and take 6, and then just be set up for the future. That line gets punished by Wasteland, though. I'll take my chances on that. I'm going to Wasteland their Taiga, and just bet that Lurrus will beat their 2-card hand. Because DT for Lotus, Lotus, Lurrus, replay Lotus, and then I can brainstorm whatever from there. Lots of good options. Tarmogoyf. 5/6 creature. That's fine. I'm going to block with Bowmaster. Because that's just a thing in my graveyard that Lurrus can pick back up every turn. Maybe I am supposed to force that Tarmogoyf. I don't know. That was, what is this, 11 damage on board? That's kind of a lot. Wasteland. What does an extra mana source do for me here? I could DT Lotus and then Sam. Okay, that actually, I think, matters a lot. Yeah, I don't have to replay the Lotus with Lurrus. I have mana now to play a 2-drop. I'm still getting Black Lotus. And then play Lotus. Black, black, black. I'm not going to replay Sam. I'm going to replay Bowmaster. Wasteland for a colorless Lurrus. And then Bowmaster is 2 blockers. Okay, I got 2 blockers now. I got Force back up. And Lurrus is fully activated. Collector Oof. This is worth a Force of Will. In the cards in my graveyard that I'm going to be replaying are creatures at this point. I don't think I fight over this. Then I just chump, go to my turn. Oh, they're not even attacking. I think that's a mistake. Because now I get to actually add to my board and not just tread water on it. Yeah, I think they should have attacked me there. And now I have a 2-2, and I can cast Brainstorm if I want to. Don't really need to. My deck still has 3 Swords to Plowshares and 2 Prismatic Endings and a Snapcaster Mage in it. Ignoble Hierarch, that doesn't matter. Also, if I find my Time Twister, they lose, because I have 2 Bowmasters and they're at 13. That's just GG instantly. Another Bowmaster. Good stuff. Okay, I do actually have a pretty cool play here that I am going to use. If I Wasteland target Wasteland, play Sam, rebuy the Wasteland, then my ring goes up to 2, and I have a Ring Bearer who can get in and start looting. Wasteland can target itself. That is a legal play in Magic. Samwise from the graveyard. Get back the Wasteland. I'm going to make one of the Orcish Bowmasters my Ring Bearer. Oh, I shouldn't have played that Wasteland. I should have looted first. Alright. Attack with this creature that cannot be blocked and loots. Yep, definitely wish I had discarded Wasteland there instead of this Scalding Tarn. Though I can replay Bowmaster from my hand, from the graveyard, so that's the same as being in the hand. Okay. We're doing stuff. I punted my land drop here, but otherwise, we're still pretty far ahead. Sam's been a rock star. And this is kind of why this deck exists. I mean, Esper was a thing for a while, but also kind of isn't. I don't know. It's largely whatever. Karn the Great Creator, okay. Force, this is the last card in their hand. Would I rather have Brainstorm or Force in my hand? Almost certainly Brainstorm. Force, pitching Force. on this. Anyway, I'll finish that thought. Esper, usually you want Pyroblast, so like Rug or Jeskai are better for being this kind of deck. And Sam existing, I imagine, is why this deck is even here. All right, big loots. There's the Tropical Island. I'm going to discard Flooded Strand. And I have a Bowmaster in my graveyard to cast, so I'll use my white mana to play the Brainstorm. Prismatic Ending, hello. Prismatic Ending, exiling Collector Oof, unlocks my draw engine. I'm not convinced I care about that, though. I am going to fetch for a Tundra. I'm going to Wasteland their Strip Mine. And I'll play a Bowmaster for my graveyard. Tick-tock, opponent. Oh, did I? How long has this Ignoble Hierarch been in play? Did I miss killing that with my second Bowmaster? I feel like I might have. Alright, whatever. It's gone now. They have one forest to beat this engine with. Their own Collector Oof cutting off half the spells in their deck. Yeah, here it comes. Collector Oof. If this Collector Oof attacks, I'm blocking it with one Orcish Bowmaster. So it doesn't die, and I do have a card to play. Okay, cool. Now I have a Sam in hand, in addition to this Caracas. I'm going to attack with my Ring Bearer. Do I want to send another Bowmaster in? Yeah, this is extra damage. I still got blockers, and this is a way to trigger Sam if they block it. Oh, Ancestral Recall, you say? I'll discard Sam. No blocks, that's clever. Perhaps too clever, because here's Ancestral Recall. Pew pew. They would have taken 6. Or no, that was actually a lethal Ancestral. They would have taken 9 from my Bowmasters. Oh, but if they draw a Veil of Summer off of the Ancestral, then they brick my whole line. Okay. I did miss lethal, but I also didn't miss lethal. There is the Tropical Island still in my deck if I fetch here, and then play Sam from the graveyard. But I want white mana up. Yeah, I'm not even worried about that. And I'll play the Caracas, and yeah, let's just get the Black Lotus back into play. I could kill the Collector Oof at will, and then just whatever I want to do from there is fine. I can also block bounce versus one of the big creatures with Sam. Uh-oh, red mana unlocked. Another Tarmogoyf. You got it. Not my concern right now. Okay, in the end step, I think I do want to pick up Sam. Oh, I can bounce Bowmaster. That's funny, because it's the Ring Bearer. I mean, that's bad, because it's my way I'm winning the game right now, but it is there if I want it. Okay, let's go to my turn. Lavinia. I can get the ring up to level 4 next combat step. This combat step doesn't matter. I am going to fetch, though, because I have one fetchable left in the deck. I'm going to get that, and then Sam can pick up this fetch land that doesn't have text. And that advances the Ring Bearer, and it's a free one to loot away, because it just doesn't do anything anyway. Okay, attack. Oh, I still have my Lurrus play, too. So if I draw, discard, I could flash in Sam, and I think we saw that this works earlier. I'm going to try it. Flash in Sam right now. Keep this one, and Sam can target Sam. Okay, that does work. This gets me up to the deal damage mode now. It just slices this clock into goo. They're dead real quick from here. Okay, that was cool. And I'll pass the turn. And they packed it up. Okay, that was a really cool game. No offense to my opponent, it was not a competitive match, but it was a very cool match. And this game too, the Ring Bearer really just did the whole thing there, make this creature unblockable on this otherwise gummed up board. Let me hold all my removal spells forever. Like, my opponent has 4 scary creatures in play, and I just never needed a removal spell. Awesome. On to the next round. You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7 Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7 Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7 Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7 Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better. I'm on the draw in round number 4 with a hand that does not cast Lavinia. Once again, I have both of the green sources in the deck. Is this worth it? What 4-drops are we actually trying to exile? In Mox Emerald, we're probably just playing anyway because we want all the fast mana. But I don't think I can actually keep this hand. It doesn't cast any spells, and I'm going to mulligan it. This one certainly has a plan. I am going to keep this and hope that my opponent cares about their lands. Uh-oh, they probably don't care about their lands. That's not a land either. Manifold Key. Oh no, am I getting turn 1? Well, that was tough. Another Bowmaster. And I'll play the Scalding Tarn and pass. Island. That gets strip mined if I get another turn, which seems unlikely. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Woof. Made a food token. Black Lotus. Okay, I can play 2 Bowmasters here and strip mine them. In Wasteland's better. Alright, I'm going to Wasteland their drop and then play Black Lotus and pass. Okay, pass the turn. If they try to elk my Lotus, I get to just shove all my creatures into play. They are elking my Lotus, float black, play a Bowmaster, and if they try to brainstorm in response, I have another Bowmaster. Deal 1 to Oko. I think I gotta commit to killing the thing that is there. And I'm gonna fetch Tundra and just bet on white cards from here on out. Okay, Bowmaster, another one. This is where they play Oath of Druids. They pass the turn. I can put 5 or 4 onto Oko, which means it can't steal. It can elk. And then they put a 3/3 in front of what I'm doing. Strip mine, take your island. And I guess I pass from here. Just, if they ever find a Time Vault or Demonic Tutor, I lose on the spot. I'm not in great shape versus this Oko as it currently stands. This +2s, or no, +1s to elk. Okay. +2s for a food. I can kill it even if it elks. I end up losing a creature for that. Uh-oh, they drew a spell. The One Ring. Well, I have Bowmaster. If they activate this, Oko dies. And if they don't activate this, Oko dies. I think I need to put Lurrus in my hand this turn. Okay, I'm going to attack Oko with all my creatures. They eat a Bowmaster, which takes some of the sting out of the One Ring. But at least Oko's dead. Lotus Petal, get Lurrus. Okay, they're drawing a card. I'm going to deal 1 to a food token. If they activate this again, their food token dies. Lurrus in my hand. Pass the turn. I'm in a lot of trouble here. That opening hand, the 5 Wasteland hand versus the Black Lotus Mox Shed start. So good. That kind of thing usually works in Legacy, or it'll at least make the game non-functional for a while you dig out of it. But in Vintage, where Black Lotus is a legal card, kind of a different thing. They did not activate Ring again in their end step. They didn't want to lose their food. I'm just going to go face with this Bowmaster. If they activate again, the next activation kills the food. But they've also drawn 6 extra cards in a Vintage deck. Draw for turn. I'm going to attack with my Orc Army. I'm not going to Wasteland or play Lurrus yet. I don't want them to know that they don't have an Urza Saga. You got a chump block there. Oh, and they have some spell. Untapping the Ring, okay. And drawing 3 cards right now in the middle of combat. Guess that makes sense, so they don't get Lurrus Bowmastered or Land Bowmastered later. Might as well do it now. Wasteland, take out the Urza Saga. I am more worried about Saga than I am about Volk. At least I think that's true. This is where they cast Tinker. But they've drawn so many cards. I imagine there's a blue source in there somewhere. And they are dead on board. I'm attacking them for 9. And they take 3 in their next upkeep. They gotta figure it out now, but if they activate Ring, they'll have 13 cards in hand. I am gonna counter this. I don't know that I'll get to counter anything else this turn. And just having a target that could gate their mana or where they go, that keeps them off Tinker, as far as I know. Alright, they're at 8. Uh-oh, white mana. That's Swords to Plowshares mana. Lavinia. That doesn't save you. Tropical Island. I'm going to attack with both my creatures. They have a forced block on Orc Army, so I can get the 1 in at least. On Bowmaster. Limited combat skills coming into play in this Vintage Magic game. And I could play Lurrus plus Lotus Petal, which doesn't do anything, or I could Wasteland them, which might meaningfully change what they're capable of. I'm going to Wasteland the Tundra, because the white mana is the one that can kill an Orc Army. And they can't activate Ring here, because they die. Alright, you're a 4. If you tap the Ring, you lose. If you don't answer Orc Army, you lose. Gonna have to figure out how to win this one. Ponder? Okay, they're at 3. Wow. Orcish Bowmaster beat whatever that was. Yikes. Okay, I got away with a kind of wild, goofy opening keep that I probably should not have kept. Keeping in Dress Down because we've seen Urza Saga. I like the 1 Serenity. We did that earlier. Kind of into it. I don't know quite what this deck is. It could be Oath. We didn't see anything that would indicate that it's not. Oh no, we saw Lavinia. Never mind. They're not Oath. Okay, forgot about that one on the last turn of the game. They're not Oath. They do have Lavinias. Do I care about Lavinias? Not really. I mean, I would prefer a game where my opponent doesn't have Lavinia, but I have a lot of hate for that. Savine's Wreck. We saw white mana. Savine's Wreck is really good at getting your Lurrus back over and over again. But if it's an exile, it doesn't matter. We saw Planeswalkers and One Rings, not Tinkers and Doomsdays and stuff, so Flusterstorm, I think, is worse than Force of Negation. I've been shaving Sam a lot. I don't know if that's right here. Sam's been really good every time I draw him, and I feel like this might be a matchup that's specifically good for Sam. I'm eyeballing the Savine's Wreck, and I don't know about it. I think having 1 copy of Savine's Wreck somewhere in the deck is more valuable than the 4th Sam, even if Sam is good in the matchup. Okay, let's do it. Turn 1 Bowmaster with Force backup, and possible turn 2 Twister with Bowmaster. I'm going to keep this. If I have to force, I lose my Twister, and that's the only draw 7 in the deck, but Bowmaster soloed last game. Let's run it again. Volcanic Island, Mana Crypt, Dashing Ragavan, what the hell? I don't want to deal with that. That's fine. Bowmaster can kill that next turn. I'm not going to spend a force on it, and I just hope they don't flip my Ancestral Recall. Okay, Ragavan has hit me, and the winner is Mox Ruby. I mean, that's really good too. But it's not Ancestral Recall. It does give them 5 mana to start turn 2, and then they might still have a land drop. Oh, 6 mana. Yikes. Okay, that one is too much, though. Force pitching Twister. They got 2 cards left over there. I can answer the Rag. Blooded Strand, Mox Sapphire, pass the turn. They're under Mana Crypt. They lost the flip. Tick-tock, I'm coming for you. Urza Saga. All right, gonna need one of my 5 Strip Mines in the deck. Here's the Rag. And they have to actually counter Bowmaster, because once it's in play, it provides multiple blocking options, even if they deal with the trigger somehow or save the Rag somehow. Cool. All right, or they could just put it in the graveyard. I feel like if I draw Wasteland right now, I'm thousands of miles ahead. Prismatic Ending. Okay. Not a Wasteland. I can exile. I think I just have to work my way through the Saga at this point. I'm going to put Lurrus in my hand. Yeah, I can't take them off Saga activation with Prismatic Ending. I also kind of like Mana Crypt being in play because they keep losing flips to it. They're at 12 already. I can plow and end the Saga tokens. I'm worried about Time Vault. Oh shit, there it is. Okay, don't have the key in your hand right now. They hung that out for my Prismatic Ending to eat it. Okay. Oh, sick. Everything's coming up Millhouse. I'm going to Prismatic Ending the Time Vault and hope they don't have a counterspell for this, because if they do, I'm dead on the board. If they don't, I'm completely stable. Sick. Okay, that's gone forever. I can dress down their constructs next turn. I just have to survive this next turn, and then we're cooking. Yeah, they definitely had the win there if they held it back. I can see what they were doing, trying to make their constructs bigger, but that did open them up to sorcery speed removal. They lost their flip, 0 for 3. They got a Soul Ring here. We might just get comboed out over the top of all this other shit. 5 mana in the pool. The One Ring, okay. They are currently safe from being pinged by this, but if they activate it, I get a fresh blocker. I'm going to put Orc Army under this. My plan is to take 0 damage from constructs this game. They might be holding up Pyroblast. Black Lotus is a messed up draw, though, with Lurrus in my hand. Wait. Cast Lurrus. Black Lotus from the graveyard. And I think I just pass from here. Respond to their ring activation. Okay, pass in the end step. Oh, they didn't activate ring. Cool. Okay, I'm going to dress down now. I might have blown it by getting a little greedy, but right now with the trigger on the stack, I want them to take damage if they draw a card, is my issue. Now they have Hardcast Force available. If they Force or Pyroblast, I can dress down from the graveyard next turn. We're just in there, messed up. Okay, that does turn off my Bowmaster for the turn, but I think it's worth it. They lost the flip over 4. Tough run for my opponent over there. And now they are dead on board passing the turn. Would Mana Crypt still see play if it was lose 3 life every upkeep? Maybe, but that is certainly what happened. Rough run for my opponent. I felt like we were losing game 1 by a mile, and I came back somehow, and they just didn't draw any way to win the game in their million ring draws, and then this one just... Oh, Mana Crypt, good for 12. GG. On to the final round. We have a trophy match coming. The Command Tower software by Eminence Gaming is perfect for hosting TCG events. It features easy-to-create event registration for 1v1 and 4-player Swiss structured tournaments. Event management has never been so simple, and it's web-based, so there's no download required. Get access for just $5 at eminence.event/subscribe. I'm on the play in the final round, the trophy round, and I have a turn 1 Sam with Force backup. This isn't exactly sexy, but if they Wasteland me... Oh shit, they're... Oh, they are a Wasteland deck. Cool. And they're a creature deck. Like, if they Wasteland or Force of Vigor, I'm on with Sam. And I do have Force, which may or may not actually be good. This is one of the Turbo Vengevine Rootwalla Bizarre decks. I'm going to play Tundra and Mox Pearl and pass the turn. They had no responses in the end step. There's a Bazaar. Let's see what this Bazaar is cooking. Awkward that they're not actual Dredge, because Time Twister functioning as graveyard hate is one of my favorite things to do. Okay, I can run Sam out there just as creature. Start doing something, and then I can Time Twister over the top of it. Don't really want to give them a fresh 7, but also, like, they have a Master of Death in the graveyard now. Alright, Sam, get in there. Cause some trouble, buddy. Wait, Sam is up to? Oh, I've been working too hard on that. You could just flash it in and have the ring tempt you anytime you want. Oh, that's busted. Okay, this deck is built on casting spells for no mana. So I will put everything I have into defending this Lavinia. In with Sam. Right, Hollow One, forget about it. Rootwallas, no thanks. Your entire pitch build with 12 forces? Nope. Oh, it will be my job to answer any answer to Lavinia. They can still cast spells, which is important. Like if they discard a Vengevine and cast 2 Rootwallas, the Rootwallas will be countered, but they get the Vengevine trigger, and then there's a 4/3. I have Swords to Plowshares for that. Master of Death and Squee. The draw engine is operational. Here's a Rootwalla that will be countered if they cast it. Nope. Out of here. A Bowmaster crushes this game wide open. Okay, attacking with my stuff. I'm actually kind of interested in Time Twisting here, because they have 2 Bazaars going. They have 3 cards coming back from their graveyard every turn. Is it better to refill my own action? No, I still think just the way that their deck works, having Force of Will to protect my Lavinia and Swords to Plowshares to stop any possible Vengevine BS is probably the way. In the upkeep, they returned their 3 Jerks. This Bazaar is just tap, draw 2 now. There goes Squee, Master of Death. Oh wow, 3 Bazaars. Imagine Bowmaster in this game. Noxus Revival, Master of Death, Force of Negation. None of that is functional magic here. Another Master of Death and 2 Force of Vigors. Okay. We are holding on by the seat of our pants here. A Wasteland, sure. I might as well use it. I mean, that is 2 cards worth of selection. Opponent said they do have Vengevines in their deck somewhere. I said I'll believe it when I see it. Let's put Lurrus into play as 3/2 attacker. Still have Swords to Plowshares back up. Okay, go nuts over there. They are paying the life for Master of Death. Or they paid for one of them. They left the other 2. Yeah, that one's not free. Squee comes back for free. Master costs life. Okay, there goes Squee Master. Here comes Bazaar. They're 34 cards into their deck. And we haven't seen a Vengevine yet. Hey, they found a Vengevine. They still, I counter the Root Wall is still, but they do get the Vengevine. That triggers. My Plow puts them to 11. Oh, a Wasteland, gross. Oh, I'll plow this Vengevine with the remaining gas in the tank. Okay, they're not dead. If I draw Bowmaster, they're in a lot of trouble. I think I am supposed to Twister at this point. Oh, Mox Emerald, Time Twister, like Graveyard Hate is just functional, and they've been sculpting their hand for like 9 turns. Do I want to leave up Swords to Plowshares or leave up Black for Bowmaster? I think Swords to Plowshares. Let's do the twist. Black Lotus, Sam, Wasteland. A Wasteland target, your Bazaar. Oh, right, I still have Lurrus, so I can do a lot of stuff here. Do I want to look at their hand with Probe or just keep Force Blue card up? I can also tempt the ring to get a loot. Okay, Black Lotus. Sack Black Lotus. Play Sam. Keep the original one. Sam will return Black Lotus. I still have Lurrus available. And now I can loot when I attack. I'm going to probe them also. Oh shit, you're in trouble. Okay, that one should be GG because they can't counter this. Bang, and then Black Lotus from Lurrus. Okay, now we're done. Get to loot, discard a Scalding Tarn. Okay, I can also re-Sam here. Sam, re-Sam, bonus Sam, additional Sams. Do I have 2 floating? Oh, I actually had lethal right there. That's awesome. I'm going to Samstorm. Samstorm! And then I can still get back the Black Lotus. It's probably funnier if I get back Wasteland. Oh, I blew it. Yeah, I should have got back Wasteland. That's way funnier. Anyway, attacking for lethal. Discard, Scalding Tarn. Boom. Well, that was sweet. Lavinia, absolute unit. Tabernacle, also absolute unit against this matchup. Swords to Plowshares, Containment Priest. The Graveyard Hate does come in. It's not as good as it is against Reg. Like, it stops their flip engine, like the squeeze and stuff, or at least slows it down. But really the only card that comes out of their graveyard is Vengevine. Okie dokie. What are my cuts? Probably Force of Negation. Am I forcing anything in this matchup? I could cut all my forces, but having protection for Lavinia is nice. Savine's Wreck's kind of slow. Sam was cool, but I think he's just always tremblable. Gitaxian Probe, do I care what's in your hand? Probably not enough to actually play this card. What if I cut all my forces and I just play to the board? How insane is that? I don't think it's that crazy, actually. This Tabernacle's a recurring Plague Wind. Containment Priest locks out a lot of their stuff. I have a bunch of just removal spells in my deck. I'm going to try going Forceless and see how that works out for me. Being able to play Lavinia and protect her is cool, but I don't know. I'm going to try it like this. I don't have like a Leyline of the Void or anything to protect, which is something that I like to do versus graveyard decks. Well, do I want to go all in on tab? This is risky. Opponent mulled to 6. I am going to keep. Functionally kept a 0 lander here, but I'm going to roll with it. Kind of hope they have a nut draw and just put 5 creatures into play here. Bizarre activation. Vengevine me, hell yeah. Please also have the hollow one. I'm rooting for you. Here they are. Vengevine gets in. Okay, I can bauble you, and then play Tormod's Crypt, and then play Tabernacle. Snapback is your draw. Look at the cards. Okay, one of my favorite Moto prompts. That's also what everyone says after they lose a game of EDH. They start pulling cards out of their deck saying, well, I didn't draw this one. Look at the cards. Okay. Okay, still don't have a mana source. This deck does play Wasteland and sometimes Gaia's Cradle to answer tabs. They could rebuild here. I just hope that they don't. Ooh, we're just getting a turn pass. I like that. Okay, deck, come on. Source of mana. No love. All right. We're both in idiot mode for a while here. The first person to draw a Wasteland wins. If I can waste them, turn off their Bazaar. Oh no. All right, we are both absolutely foolish here. I'm going to discard Dress Down. I want the creatures to work in this game. My creatures are all good. Island, Island, Island. Mox Jet, Mox Jet. I'll put it into play. Not going to complain. Okay, passing the turn. Now there's 2 targets for Force of Vigor. if they are so inclined to fire off in that way. I'm a little surprised they're not digging for wastelands, but I'm not providing pressure, so I guess it makes sense for them to just hang out. Okay, there's that. I'm going to crypt the Vengevine while I still can. And no need to float a black. It's not doing anything. Oh, wasteland. All right, knock your Bazaar out. I think that's better than trying to hold that for mana. That Bazaar was hanging out threatening to dig, and now it's not even threatening to do that. Squee and Pyrokinesis to the graveyard. Would have been nice to catch that Squee in the Tormod script, but is what it is. Noxus Revival, targeting Bazaar. Okay, yeah, that works. Suppose that's why that card's in the deck. They're drawing Bazaar this turn. I have 4 more Wastelands effects in my deck, and I promise I do play some islands. The second tab. Okay, well, that's actually really sick because at whatever point they find their Wasteland and unload, I get to just clap back with a second Pendril Veil, and they're not going to be ready for it. What card do I discard here? It's probably Sam. I think he's going to do the least for me. But now that they have a Squee going and my Tormod's Crypt clear, they actually are tapping Bazaar for neutral selection. They're not losing cards every turn. They found a Vengevine and a Wasteland. Can I have a blue source, please? Absolutely not. Okay. Let's see if the second Tabernacle does what it needs to do. I'm going to discard one of the Lavinias. They get to rebuy their stuff. Bazaar actually... They draw 2, functionally discard 1. Bazaar is card advantage at this point. And they get a whole turn of haste attacking, plus my whole turn after that, before they have to wasteland. For fuck's sake, deck. 16 cards into the deck. Just going to clean up again. And I think it's a Containment Priest. They're saying all my powerful hate bears I kept my hand on the strength of. Okay, there's a Rootwalla. They will be inclined to deal with Tabernacle at this point. Hollow 1. So they should wait until the end of my turn to Wasteland because they don't have to pay for a Tabernacle and it is legendary, so I can't just run out the other one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, they've stripped mine too. They could also just pay for 2 of their creatures now and not even care about this. Strip mine. Great. Okay. I guess I'll pass the turn with my strip mine available. 4, 8, 9. I'm not dead. So you wasteland that. I strip mine, your strip mine. And I hope you don't come up with another Vengevine right now. And then we stabilize on the following turn? Question mark. 3 Squeeze discarded. They're on the full tap draw 2 Bazaar Baghdad special. I'm at 3. Flooded Strand showed up. They're going to lose all their creatures, but if they have 2 Rootwallas in their hand, Vengevine is lethal at any point now. I need to survive 1 more turn and then hold up Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, this came together just a little too late. We've seen 3 Rootwallas, so there's still 4 in the deck, and they've been sculpting forever. Yeah, I don't feel good about this situation. Proof of concept, though. It's turn 11, and they still need to rip pretty good. Wow, those are not Rootwallas. Petrified Field, turn target land. All right, so they can rebuy Wasteland, then refire next turn. Okay, I mean, it's turn 11, and they're still just, barely clinging to life over there. Oh, wow. Is it Lavinia time? Or is it Bowmaster time? It's probably Bowmaster time. Though I have to pay for stuff if Tabernacle's in play, which is worth noting. I could ponder here and hold up Swords to Plowshares. I think that's what I'm inclined to do. I'm at 2. Yuck. Underground Sea, ponder. Black Lotus, Mock Sapphire Land. These are all cards with words. Okay. I'm going to put Black Lotus in my hand. And I'm actually kind of squeezed under my own tab here. I don't want to let them Force of Vigor my Lotus, and then I can't pay for my creatures. Okay, I'm going to put my faith in Swords to Plowshares for 1 turn. Bazaar activation. They have 14 cards in their hand right now. What a time for them to be living their life. There's a Rootwalla, just 1. There's a Fury. This triggers 1 copy of Vengevine. Okay. If they have Force of Will in their hand, they win. Swords to Plowshares, question mark. Maybe I'm supposed to run out the Lotus just to play around Force. Okay. All right. That's fine. That was a 12-turn game where I didn't do anything for 11 of the turns. Kind of like my chances. I just gotta actually have a coherent hand. My Flusters line up extremely well against all their pitch magic. I still don't think I want my pitch magic. I like Sam Business. I like Bowmaster. I like all the cards is the problem. Mental Misstep might not matter. Yeah, all their 1-drops are Root Wallas, which I'm not going to counter in any normal circumstance. And do I like Sam better than Containment Priest? That's actually close. Turning off only Vengevine. Dress Down knocks haste off of Vengevine. That could buy me a turn. I am going to cut a Priest, actually. Oh no. Mulligan this one. Not falling for that again. Come on, deck. Not like this. No colored sources of mana here. And there's a Nile Spellbomb, but like I said, they're not actually a real dredge deck. They powdered away a bunch of stuff, then kept 7. I gotta go to 5 here. Okay. Okay, deck. I'm not mad anymore. We can be friends. I'm gonna put Mox Emerald, and do I want to Wasteland the first Bazaar? Yes. Do I want to Swords the first creature? I don't think I need Swords if I have Tab. That's how I'm going to think about this. Okay. Keep this hand and play Caracas and pass the turn. Yeah, I'm just going to Caracas go. I don't think I want to give them Mox Sapphire. There's a Bazaar. I'm going to Wasteland the Bazaar. And hopefully draw Lavinia. Okay, Flooded Strand gives me Bowmaster next turn, if I don't need to Tabernacle to stay alive. We got a Bazaar activation in response to Wasteland, as one might expect. Master of Death Squee Noxus Revival. If they discarded Noxus Revival, that means they have another Bazaar or another Noxus Revival. Yep, okay. There's that. Master and Squee, that was a full value setup here. Here's the Bazaar. They know I have Tabernacle, so they can't just shove creatures into play that they don't have a plan to use right away. All right, I'm going to run out Sapphire, and I will Bowmaster in response to a Bazaar activation. Okay, it's go time. Underground Sea, Orcish Bowmaster. Please resolve. We're in there. Okay. Damage is being done now, which is what I failed to do last game. They're under real pressure. They didn't have Force of Will at the time. They do have 3 rebuys, so Bazaar is draw 2 if they're willing to pay 1 life every turn. And I chose to leave up white instead of blue because I'm representing Swords of Plowshares rather than Flusterstorm. Fury, yep, that's a good one. Pitching a Squee, cool. That's a rebuy gone. Okay, back to figuring out a plan. I can put Lurrus in hand next turn. I have good draws in my deck. Lavinia's in there somewhere. Squee, Master, Root Walla, Hollow 1. Please don't have Gaia's Cradle. Petrified Field. It's not Gaia's Cradle, but they can still pay for one of these jerks. Oh, backup Tabo. You love to see it. All right, well, I'll tax what I can tax and put Lurrus in my hand. They'll probably pay for Hollow 1 here, unless their plan is to activate Bazaar multiple times this turn. Or if they're already holding Wasteland. Okay, they did pay for Hollow 1. Did not pay for Root Walla. And I have Block Bounce on Lurrus, just like put it in front of a creature, pick it up with Caracas is a line available to me. Blazing Root Walla. Here it comes. The fact they cast it makes me think they have the answer to Tab. Okay, Bazaar. I guess casting it's free, so yeah, if you're discarding it anyway, you might as well. Okay. Lots of good spells in my deck. Can I have one, please? Wasteland. Alright, I like that a lot, actually. Take out your Petrified Field. Now you can't pay for shit. And I guess I'll deploy Lurrus. They'd have to Fury or Counterspell it. Either one gets 2 cards out of their hand. Yeah, Force Pitching Force. That's fine. Get this board back to emptiness. Goodbye all your creatures. Bazaar activation. Discarded 3 rebuy buddies, but 2 of them are Masters of Death. 2 Root Wallas and a Vengevine. Okay. Did they find a Wasteland to go with this? I can afford to take 4 if they just float the Wasteland in play, though. And this is actually 10. That's scary. Here comes the 4 damage. Oof, there it is. And they know how to use it. That's not fair. Come on, Bowmaster. Oh, Prismatic Ending. Wait. Is the tropical island about to be relevant? After I made fun of it for the entire league, we found the source. Tropical island. White, black, green, blue. Prismatic ending on Vengevine. Yeah, that's gone. Okay. Now the second tab, my last card in hand. If they don't find a second Wasteland or Gaia's Cradle, I don't know that this is a Gaia's Cradle build. Some have it, some don't. But if they can't answer a second tab, I'm deeply comfortable. Okay, bizarre stuff, 9 cards in hand. They'll have 6 when all this is done resolving. Okay, no Vengevines. Oh, the Wasteland. We're in trouble. Sam, I think, is my best draw now, because that can pick up a tab that gets wasted. Oh, Demonic Tutor. That's a good draw, too. Let's see if it works. Black-blue. They have 5 cards in their hand. Their deck is full of pitch counters. Did resolve. Okay. Am I going to Demonic Tutor for Samwise Gamgee? I think I am. Yep. DT for Sam. And then play tab. Okay. It's cool because it looks like something I would have DT'd for. But they might have just held the force. I don't know. All right, pick up the Tabernacle. I have a blocker. I have a traitor. I have another Tabernacle ready. Can the third Tabernacle win the game? Probably not. My opponent's outdrawing me by insane margins at this point. They have been wildly and happily picking up their Masters of Death for the entire game, though. They've seen 2/3 of their deck by the end of this turn. There's a Vengevine. All 4 Wastelands are accounted for. There's still a Strip Mine in there somewhere. That's not it. Okay. Okay. Tabernacle's going to get a sweep here. There's a Root Walla. They discarded Pyrokinesis. Hollow 1 triggers Vengevine. Okay. Just attacking with these 2. Do I want to keep my creature around? Not attacking with Vengevine's really interesting. Oh, we got the oops in the chat. I was just going to chump Vengevine. Do I go to 6 and keep my Sam? Yeah, I have fucking Caracas in play. Yeah, I'm just going to take it. Oh, that's a big misclick. Yeah, being at 2 versus being at 6, such a game-changing amount of life. Here's the tab, and I will pass the turn. Delete all your creatures, and I have Sam active with Caracas to, or whatever that's worth. Look at all this shit. This is so many triggers. I can also just time them out from upkeep triggers. It's possible. Not having a second white source is awkward because I can't just pick up Refire Sam to grow my ring, which is kind of a reasonable win con, actually. As we've seen over and over in this league, I don't know why I remain surprised by it. Hey, they only have 15 cards left in their deck. Yeah, not having a second white source actually crushing here. 13 cards in their deck, and one of them is Strip Mine. If I can find my white source before they find their Strip Mine, that's a game plan. They've gone through 1, 2, 3 hollow ones, doing a Root Wall account. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, plenty of Root Wallas in there. Only 1 Vengevine in exile, 1 in the graveyard. Discarded a bunch of squeeze. Caracas answers Sam. That's funny. I would actually love if Caracas bounced Sam, because then I get to up my count, basically for free. Gotta pay for this, buddy. White source? Or a real spell? Okay, I'll take a real spell here. Brainstorm. Bring us the money. Mental misstep. Okay, opponent's at 3. I'm gonna attack with Sam. Put you to 1. Unless you bounce Sam, which is fine. And they can start paying for 1 creature per turn. I don't think I want to play out this Underground Sea because Sam can loot next turn. Yeah, they can only pay for 2 of these Master of Deaths if they even want to go that low. If they get 2 Vengevines into play this turn, I lose though, because Caracas answers Sam, and yeah, they can see most of their deck here. They should be able to win. Actually, I think I'm pretty dead. Activating Bazaar. 3 squeeze gone. Strip Mine. Uh-oh. Activating Bazaar. 6 cards left in your deck. There's 1 Root Walla. I still only see 1 Vengevine in there. How is that possible? Probably because they've been sandbagging them the whole game. Hollow 1 gets back Vengevine, which can put me to 2. I'm going to flash in Sam here and just see if I can get a blocker or rebuy. Okay, they force of willed that. They're at 2. I'm at 2. Everyone's at 2. So what do I need to do here? Draw Orcish Bowmaster? Alright, deck. Big draws. Give me that Ancestral Recall. Give me that Orcish Bowmaster. Wasteland's not it. Yeah. Good games. That was a sweet final game. Unfortunately, the trophy was blocked, but we featured a very cool deck that exists in Vintage, and turns out when Bazaar of Baghdad is just draw 2 cards, turns out that card's pretty cracked. I would put that card in most decks. A land that just happens to draw 2 cards for free. Deal. This deck, though, was very cool. The grinding power was there. I was honestly pretty impressed with just a buttload of creatures. I don't know why Sam is not showing 4. There are 4 copies of Sam in this deck. You all see that, right? I'm not losing my mind. Like every other card. Like Sam just doesn't even say how many copies are in there. Doesn't even say 1. That's weird. But yeah, there's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creatures in this deck. A lot of the times decks like this are just full of main deck Flusterstorms, Pyroblast, Collector Roofs, just absolute dumpstering of anyone trying to cast spells. And that's not how this deck is constructed. It really is just like, I have a lot of powerful, intricate things to do on 2, and I have Wasteland to back it up. Good luck, opponent. And that worked out extremely well in 4.5 of our 5 matches. Lurrus, I think the story here is that Lurrus is cracked. We had a lot of really cool Lurrus games. The games where you don't even need Lurrus, where you win the game and you still have it in your exile zone, command zone. Just so sick, such a good feeling. Yeah, this was a long, grindy league. A lot of things have already happened. I don't know really what thoughts I would have left to add to this. I mean, you can tune the deck if you want, kind of like not Snapcaster Mage or fewer than 4 Sam. You could put some Flusterstorms in the main or whatever. If the Squee Bazaar deck is a big part of your metagame, you can play more things that answer that. I mean, tune your sideboard for what you expect to play against, but I was actually impressed by this kind of anemic looking main deck, and it did the thing. Everybody, thanks for watching King of the Depths. Thank you for submitting this deck. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.